Welcome to the Small Business Voice with Justin Duncan and Cassandra Augusto on Power Talk 1360 KFIV and the iHeartRadio app. We're here every Saturday to highlight local entrepreneurs and small business owners and to learn how they succeed in their businesses from the ground up. What are their challenges and what are their victories? Cassandra, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful. How about yourself, Justin?
I'm doing great. So Cassandra is subbing for Jeanette Forney. Jeanette is on a business trip, so she's going to be out for the next couple of weeks. So Cassandra is filling in, and then we'll have Jeanette back in a couple
I'm excited.
weeks. Yeah,
this
but
is
thank
fun.
you. Thank you for coming in and doing this.
Of course.
I appreciate it. So why don't you tell me a little bit about your business?
Yeah, so I am actually a publisher for a magazine in Turlock. It's a community magazine that reaches an affluent community, and we share stories of families, kind of just make them rock stars for the month. Basically like social media, just on print form.
Print form?
Yeah.
Now, can you do any family in Turlock?
Yeah.
So my sister and her husband and my nephew live in Turlock. They've been there for, I think, since like the late 90s.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so they've been there a long time. So if I were to hook you two up, would that be like a referral?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's what's kind of cool too, is anybody can nominate a family to be the family feature of the month.
Oh, okay. Because they're actually in that part of Turlock that gets your
perfect.
magazine. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
So,
definitely.
All right, so I'll go ahead and hook you two up.
Yeah.
I don't know if they want to do it, but I just thought it'd be really cool.
Yeah, we
You
can
know?
give them a call or email them and see if they're interested
Yeah.
or if they know someone else too that might be interested.
All right, so my sister's a teacher.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, she teaches over at Ensslin School
Okay.
in Modesto, but she commutes from Turlock. And then my brother-in-law's retired, but one of their hobbies is they like to brew beer.
Ooh, that would be
Yeah,
cool to
so-
highlight.
Yeah, so like, see, for me, it's coffee. I'm a big coffee person, but their passion is beer. They love beer. They love drinking beer. My nephew is like followed in their footsteps. He loves drinking beer. So
It's very popular. Like, I just feel like in the last like 5 to 10 years, like breweries have been like the go-to place and like just a great experience to kind of go to a brewery.
okay.
Tastes great too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I went to. I'll give a quick plug. I went to the Twisted Pig the other night on Labor Day, and I can't remember the company, but they had like an orange beer or something like that, and it was very good. Yeah, I mean, it was very. She kind of warned me. The waitress said it's kind of sweet, but I like.
is it like a cider kind of beer? Or?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, it was good. I
Yeah.
mean, I only had one, but man, it was good.
I have not been there yet, but
The Twisted Pig.
yeah, I would one of my best friends just went and she said she had a great
Oh,
time.
okay.
So,
I'll take you and Kurt one of these times.
yeah, that'd be
I'll
awesome.
take you guys there, and then you get pay.
Oh, yeah. Count it as a 1-to-1.
Yeah, there we go. So you're listening to the Small Business Voice with Justin Duncan and Cassandra Augusto on Power Talk 1360 KFIV and the iHeartRadio app. So I overslept this morning. I had a meeting at 7 a.m. and I should say Tuesday morning. I had a meeting, and I know I just overslept. My phone died in the middle of the night, and I used my phone so I didn't get there till about 7:45 in the morning. So 45 minutes late for the meeting. It was just a crazy morning. And so our guest today is going to be Susan. And the reason I'm going to bring Susan up really quick is because I have this puppy I just got. He's about 3 months old, and he is driving me crazy.
Oh, yeah, I remember. You sent me a picture.
Yeah.
Such a cutie.
Yeah, little Cujo. Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah, well, I named him Freddy
Okay.
because after Freddy Krueger, because he's got like his paws are about, like his claws are they're about a foot long, and he likes scratching me. I'm exaggerating, of course, but he likes scratching me, and I got scratches all over my arms, like over my legs.
Oh, my. Oh, my gosh, I see.
He likes to bite, and so he's just been a little nightmare,
Yeah.
And then he hurt my other dog last night.
Oh,
He was playing and he bit his ear, and my dog just yelped, But I have a corgi, and he's like a big teddy bear. Like there's not a mean bone in his body.
Yeah.
And with Freddie, it's the same thing. He's just a puppy.
Yeah.
But
high,
I got
high maintenance. Yeah.
very high maintenance. Yes. So I got some questions for Susan, and then next week we have Forrest coming in, and he's a dog trainer. So
Yay, it's all about dogs.
It's
Love
all
it.
about dogs for like the next couple of weeks. Yeah, you got in at the right time. Jeanette's gonna be jealous. So she missed the
Her loss.
Yeah,
My win.
yeah. So Susan's been in business for a long time. She, in fact, she's got an amazing story. She just started it by walking dogs, I believe, and she's got a place now on South Berkeley. That's huge. I take Bowie there, my dog, and they wash him. In fact, he's due. He's stinks, pretty bad right now.
Yeah, we even highlighted a story of Susan.
Oh,
So,
did you?
Yeah, we
Okay.
did. We put her business profile in there
Nice.
and highlighted kind of more about her family, her journey, and how she started and
Yeah.
where she is today and what she's doing. It's amazing what she's doing. So I
Yeah,
love
it
that.
is. Cassandra, I don't know if you know this, but I am a Legal Shield representative. Actually, you do know this because I signed you
Yes.
up. Tell me about your Legal Shield experience. Have you got a chance to use it yet?
So the first time I used it actually was about 7 years ago when I went through a separation. I needed some legal help because it's a stressful time and you kind of need that like information of talking with a lawyer and figuring things out. And so it was really great to have that assistance there. And so I used it for about like a year, especially because that stuff takes time and it's a very sensitive situation when you're dealing with, separation, a divorce on top of, child custody and all of that. So I was able to speak with a lawyer consistently. And that was super helpful because I didn't know anybody in my circle who has
Yeah.
gone through that. So, and then I re-signed up recently because I'm going to be going through surrogacy. And granted, I do have a lawyer through the agency, but I wanted something else just to have for protection for myself. If I have questions, I have someone I can speak to. I know what it's done for me before, and I know what it can do for me even now. And I think just like if I'm traveling out of state, if I need to have a lawyer at the ready, like I have my contract loaded up onto the platform, and then my 24/7 like lawyer or somebody who I could reach out to will be able to back me up if anything does happen.
Okay.
So that is what I've kind of learned too through that process of Legal Shield. And so I'm like, I feel good. I feel safe. I'm like, all right. I don't have to stress about anything. I'm taken care of. So
Okay. Well, I'm glad you like it. And have you
Yeah.
had a chance to do the ID Shield yet?
yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty extensive, huh?
A little bit. But
Yeah.
I mean, again, once it's done, you're good. You're golden.
Yeah. I think the audience would appreciate it out of your mouth than mine. So yeah, it's something I enjoy, something I believe in. So it's not a full-time thing for me, but I do like it. So
Yeah. And I think, again, it's hard to, financially for people, it's hard to pay hundreds of dollars for
Yeah.
a lawyer. This is something you just pay monthly for, and it's there for you. Like,
Yeah.
it's just easy peasy and at the ready.
So last Sunday was the beginning of the NFL season. Tyreek Hill, I think, probably could have used Legal Shield at that point. So I won't get into that. But I always think that.
I love watching football, but I have
Yeah.
no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, so Tyreek Hill is a awesome NFL player,
Okay.
but he got pulled over because he was speeding, and there's an altercation, and it's not a good look for him. It's not a good look for the police department, and I'm hoping it gets resolved. But my point is, though, it's nice to have legal representation. Like, if you have Legal Shield, one of the things you do if you get pulled over, call your lawyer.
Yeah.
Have them on the phone with you and let the lawyer do the talking. But you also have to be respectful, too.
Right.
Yeah, so-
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully he can figure that out.
I hope so. So you're listening to Justin Duncan and Cassandra Augusto on Power Talk 1360 and KFIV. When we're going to have Susan Simford, owner of K9s on the Move, on next. Stay with us.
Here we go.
Welcome back to the Small Business Voice with Justin Duncan and Cassandra Augusto on Power Talk 1360 KFIV. Reach out to us for more information about our featured guests by texting 209-896-6500, or you can always email us at info@smallbusinessvoicemedia.com. Cassandra,
Yes.
your business is
Neighbors of East Turlock. Yeah.
publication.
Yep. Publication in Turlock.
All right. So our guest today is Susan Simford, owner of K9s on the Move.
Yes.
Susan, how you doing?
Good, thanks.
It's nice to have you here for, a third time now?
Yes, it's nice to be back.
Yeah. And so, Cassandra, I don't know if you know this. You probably do already since you feature Susan in your magazine.
Yeah.
She does dog bathing.
Boarding.
Boarding, okay. So if you're going out of town,
Yes,
people can leave their pets with you.
yes.
And,
So
yeah.
K9s on the Move Pet Resort is a full functioning pet resort where you can leave your pets overnight for boarding, for vacation, for holidays. We also do daycare, which is a fabulous way to exercise the dog's mind and physical because we do enrichment-based daycare. Also, we do bathing services, and hopefully, if we can get the building done in time, we will have grooming by November or December. So,
Oh, okay.
And
Nice.
that was, our goal was to have training up and running by year 2,
Yeah.
which we've done.
Yeah.
And by year 3, have grooming up and going, and we're going to hit that mark.
Okay, nice.
So are you adding a building on top of your building already? Or?
So I purchased a mobile, it's a 10 by 8 building that's on wheels. It's a mobile
Okay.
office.
Okay.
It was the ugliest thing you've ever seen. So one of our Gold Star members, Charlie Kerr, he's a carpenter, handyman. He tore it down and is rebuilding it.
Wow.
So
okay.
he's actually there right now at the kennel building that building. So it's going to be really great. I'm not exactly sure if it's going to be me doing the grooming, which will have a lot of ugly dogs walking around Turlock, or I'm going to hire someone. I will most likely hire someone. So
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
But you do the dog bathing, and
Yes.
I know you have people come in and actually
Yes.
will bathe the dogs.
yeah, so we have bathing services. We don't do haircuts. Like I said, you'd have a very ugly dog.
Yeah,
You'd be very sad.
yeah.
Unless
Well-
you need a surgery site done, I can do that, but it's probably not very cute.
Well, but you have ways of you know how to calm a dog down. So
Yes.
So I'll ask you a question. You know, when I brought Bowie in,
Mm-hmm.
a very hyper dog, right? I think he's probably maybe 3 now, if I had to guess.
Yes.
Full grown. He's 40 pounds. He thinks he's a lap dog. By the way,
Absolutely.
yeah.
They all do.
Oh God, yeah. So he's sitting there in my lap on the way to and yeah, that's a whole nother story. But anyway. But when he gets there, was he nervous at all when he got there?
All dogs are nervous because in our middle room, we do have kennels in the middle room, so it does get kind of loud. Once the dog kind of situates, and the other dogs get used to the new dog being in the room, everyone kind of quiets down. And once that happens, we're able to rock and roll with the bath.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
and the nail trim.
Yeah, well, and then that was the other thing too, nail trimming. Yeah, because
Yes.
I got a puppy now that's got claws like you wouldn't believe. We named him Freddie.
Puppy daggers.
Yeah, oh yeah. They're sharp too.
They are.
Yeah, so this will be the last puppy I ever get. By the way,
That's what they all say.
no,
Yes.
no. It's this. I made a mistake. I should have went to either Forest or I went to a shelter and adopted another dog. I kind of got ahead of myself because I didn't realize how much Bowie likes being by himself. Like I was saying, okay, well, I'm gone a lot. It'd be nice to have another dog here, so at least they have to interact with each other. But I don't know if that's the case now after making this mistake.
It will calm down.
Okay.
It will calm down.
Yeah.
There's a lot of puppy daycare we offer at K9s on the Move is
Okay.
a puppy preschool where you bring your dog in as early as 9 weeks old, as long as they have their first Bordetella and distemper parvo
Okay.
on board. We will take them and we will do socialization because socialization with puppies, it really stops at about 10 weeks. So once your dog reaches that 10-week mark, introducing them to new things is kind of done.
Okay.
So you want to introduce them to new things, whether that means carrying them into Home Depot or Lowe's, just so they have that experience of walking, seeing people, hearing the carts, people walking by,
Desensitize them.
Yes, you're desensitizing them from things that would ultimately scare them if they never saw it. So just think of yourself in a closed room until you're 14 and you walk outside and, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
what are all these things? It's the same thing. And puppies, they grow so fast because by the time they're adolescents, they're only 2 years old.
Okay.
So think of us zooming by in 2 years.
Yeah.
That it's the same concept. So you want to make sure that your puppies are socialized in that way. And a social dog is not a dog that is running up and smelling everyone's hind end
Yeah.
or getting in your face. That's not a social dog. A social
Okay.
dog is a dog that will sit by you in a restaurant and have no care in the world of what's going on except for what you're doing.
Okay. So you're listening to Small Business Voice with Justin Duncan and Cassandra Augusto on Power Talk 1360 KFIV. And we have Susan Simford on from K9s on the Move. If you want to contact Susan, number one, I'd check out her place. Her place is pretty huge. It's 1001 South Berkeley Avenue in Turlock. And the business line is 209-250-1151. And the mobile number is 209-226-1150. And if you want to reach out, it's nice that I'm glad I know you because you're a small business, and I love your business. It's great. It's a great little business, and you know so much. You used to be trained to be a veterinarian.
Vet tech,
Okay.
only the best.
So there's things tore up in my house like now, like you wouldn't believe. I got shredded papers over the place. I'm gonna get kind of gross, so I apologize. So I'm just want to warn you. So I'm trying to get him to where he pees and does his business on the puddle pads.
Yep.
And that really hasn't happened yet. So for a person that's not home a lot, that shouldn't have a puppy, but has one, what should I do?
Puppy training is hard because it's all about repetitive nature.
Okay.
So dogs learn in pictures, as our dog trainer says, is they see pictures.
Okay.
So when a dog is doing a behavior that you don't want to correct them because that's imprinting a picture of, oh, that's what you want. It's just like us. It's reinforcing a behavior that you don't want. So when they do the behavior, when they're outside and they're doing their business outside, that's where you want to act like a fool and say, oh, good boy, or good girl.
Yeah.
That's where you want to reward them with praise and treats when they're doing the behavior that you want. If they're doing a behavior you don't want, you say nothing. You redirect them into a behavior you want them to do.
Okay.
Like go throw a bowl and then clean up their mess.
Yeah.
If you want them to chew on something other than your shoe, you don't give them a replica of a shoe in a toy. You give them a chew toy, you give them something else and trade them.
Okay.
Because you want to reward them with a behavior you want them to have instead of a behavior you don't want them to have.
Okay. So if so don't scold them basically if they do something bad.
Yes.
Okay. So what if he's biting my hand? Just let him bite it, or just take it away, or
so
because he's got sharp teeth too. By the way,
they're puppy daggers.
Yeah.
So anyway, how you handle that situation is just like a mom dog. So when a puppy is milking and that puppy starts getting their teeth and they start biting using those teeth instead of the suckle, she yelps and moves away. So you have a high-pitched yelp, and that will startle them, and then you move them to a location other than yourself.
Oh, okay.
So you're removing that situation from happening again, and that imprints that picture of that behavior that you don't want.
Okay.
So you don't want that. So they know if they go to bite, they don't use the hard bite, they use a soft bite.
Okay. All right. Like a play bite. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. That's good to know. I probably should have never gotten a puppy, but oh well. I mean, that's all said and done now. But I'm glad you came on because it's actually perfect timing because now I got a ton of questions and I'm waiting I'm hoping these two kind of get together and bond a little bit. Really quick, he's afraid to go outside. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So does he grow out of that, or?
It's all about desensitization.
Okay.
Desensitizing the dog from going outside.
Okay.
So you want to pick up your dog because he's not fully vaccinated. He's only, 9 weeks, you said?
Yeah. He's probably about 10, 11 weeks by now.
Okay. So he's not fully vaccinated to be out in the front yard. So you want to make sure that you pick him up and you just walk him around the neighborhood. That way, as you're holding him, so he sees and smells and visualizes all of these things, the cars.
Yeah.
That's super important because if he gets out of the house unattended, he's going to bolt.
Okay.
You want him to be used to being outside and not getting scared by a honking horn or a squeal of the tires or that kind of thing.
Gotcha. Okay. So we have more questions for you. I am not even close to being done with you, Susan. So you're listening to Small Business Voice with Justin Duncan and Cassandra Augusto on Power Talk 1360 KFIV. And our guest today is Susan Simford, owner of K9s on the Move. You can reach out to Susan. Her phone number is 209-250-1151. Or you can also text her at 209-226-1150. And the email is k9onthemove@gmail.com. Stay with us.
CISPRO Innovations, connecting local businesses with local families. Display your services and products with our pay-as-you-go optimized website design program and boost your brand's online presence with our affordable social media marketing tools. To learn more, visit our website at CISPROinnovation.com. That's CISPRO, SISBRO, innovation.com.
Welcome back to the Small Business Voice with Justin Duncan and Cassandra Augusto on Power Talk 1360 KFIV. Reach out to more information about our featured guests by texting 209-896-6500. You could always email us at info@smallbusinessvoicemedia.com. And we got Susan Simford, owner of K9s on the Move. You can reach out to Susan. Her phone number is 209-250-1151. Or you can also text her at 209-226-1150. And the email is k9onthemove, k9sonthemove@gmail.com.
I don't know if I learned that you had a doctor on hand. Mm-hmm. Do you still work with her? Was it Dr. Lola or something?
Yes.
So if, let's say for Justin, he has a puppy and he doesn't have first-time puppy owner, can they come to you and say, hey, can I have Dr. Lola do the vaccinations on top of the puppy daycare or what you do to start everything, so that for someone who is busy, who has a job and can't be home all the time, is there kind of a program for first-time dog owners?
So yes, so Dr. Lola, actually, I met Dr. Lola through our networking group. She's fabulous. She has a mobile vet practice, and we use her for our rescue dogs. So we also have rescue dogs. We have a nonprofit on top of K9s on the Move, where our nonprofit has a rescue side, and then also, because I don't like begging money for people for rescue, because that's what you do, is, hey, nice to meet you. Can you give me some money? And that's basically what rescue is.
Yeah.
We actually work sporting events, concerts, Alameda County Fair with our rescue group. And we have parents that raise money for their kids' activities. So it's kind of a 2-for-1. So so through our nonprofit, we have our rescue dogs. So Dr. Lola services our rescue dogs. So all the vaccinations, anything that's non-emergent, she can handle. So in meeting with her after, a couple of months, I said, this is a really big need in our area is a lower cost vaccination clinic that people can just stop in and get the vaccinations that they need. So we developed a vaccine clinic that happens the first Tuesday of each month at our office.
Okay.
So she comes in and she does that. But if we have a boarding guest that does have a non-emergent situation, I can call Dr. Lola and she'll come in and see the pet during their stay.
Okay.
We've also had it where there was a flood in somebody's house and they needed to get the dog to boarding because they didn't have anywhere else to put the dog and they weren't current on their vaccines. So I was able to call Dr. Lola and she was able to vaccinate on intake. So
Okay.
That's awesome.
So speaking of Dr. Lola, the vaccines, like you can give them the vaccines pretty early.
8 weeks.
8 weeks. Okay. So they're ready. So Freddie's ready for the vaccines. Then. Okay.
Yes.
What about neutering?
There's some different methodology. It depends on your veterinarian. Some are like 4 weeks. Get them spayed and neutered.
But he hasn't even dropped. I don't even think he has them yet, right?
Or at 4 months. Excuse me.
Oh,
It's 4
okay,
months.
okay.
So
Puppies.
at 4 months, but they can do early. I think one of my dogs from the shelter, I was a student nurse at the Stanislaus Animal Services, and he was probably about 9 weeks.
Okay.
He was really young
Yeah.
when we neutered him. And there's some, for larger dogs, a lot of the methodology for waiting until about a year is for their hormones to start kicking in. So they have their testicles or their ovaries for their full first year.
Okay.
That way their joints and their mainly their joints are fully developed.
Okay. So about 9 months old is probably
Yeah.
okay.
But here, if you talk to the county or the city, when they get their rabies vaccine at 16 weeks, if they are not neutered, you're going to pay a hefty bill for their license.
Well,
So-
I want what's good for the dog.
Yes.
Okay. So you're telling me 9 months.
So 9 months, it depends on your veterinarian. You have to talk to your veterinarian. I am not a veterinarian.
Okay.
So you have to talk with your veterinarian about this. But if it's going to be a large dog like a German Shepherd, a Malinois, anything, a working breed,
Yeah.
you probably want to wait with your doctor's okie dokie.
Okay.
You want to make sure that that's within their parameters of their viewpoint. But for the county purposes or city purposes, you're looking at a $12 license if it's an altered dog to a $300 license
A big
for
difference.
an unaltered dog. So you have to weigh your options.
Okay.
What's your
Yeah.
budget?
All right.
So
So for a female dog, if price isn't an issue or anything like that, is it best to actually wait for them to have their first cycle and then?
you can, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So ultimately, after their first cycle is for male dogs, you're going to have less for neutering. You're going to have less activity. You're going to have less aggression.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
so-
I like that.
Now he's like, all right, let's get
Yeah.
this done.
Next week, let's do it. So you're going to have some behavioral changes in especially males. Also,
Okay.
females will have some behavioral changes as well.
All right. You listen to Small Business Voice with Justin Duncan and Cassandra Augusto on Power Talk 1360 KFIV. And we are here with Susan Simford, owner of K9s on the Move. You can contact her at 209-250-1151 or text her at 209-226-1150. Website is k9sonthemove.com. And if you want to email her, it's k9sonthemove@gmail.com. I'll just spell it out. So it's K, the number 9, S, and then ONTHEMOVE. So sometimes, when I'm driving, I get frustrated because I can't write anything down. And then, if I hear something, wrong, I'm trying to, it's hard, when you're driving around and, you want to, I want to contact you, I think it's easier just to kind of spell it out sometimes. So, but we're not here to talk about that, Susan. So I don't know why you asked me that. So anyway, I'm just joking. So if we missed anything, just go ahead and fill us in really quick.
So for daycare, we have some really great programs. Like I said, we do enrichment-based programs with our daycare. So enrichment is basically working the dog's mind through puzzles, agility, doing bubbles with them, doing basic training commands like sit, place. Those are all things that we want to reinforce. We have the option to do training, but during our regular daycare, we're working on those things. We're reinforcing the sit, the place, the down. We're reinforcing the mental stimulation, because you can have a really tired dog physically, but their mind is still like, ooh, what's that? What's that? What's that?
Yeah.
And that's still a very active dog. And they're going to be frustrated because they're mentally like, let's go. But they're like, oh my God, I'm so tired.
Yeah.
So we want to work both of those. So that's where we get the well-balanced dog. And we have clients that tell us all the time that their dog going to daycare is down for like 2 days.
Okay.
And then by the third day, they're like, okay, let's do this. Let's go back.
Yeah.
And we have clients that tell us that their dog knows when they get close to our building where they're going. They get super excited.
Oh, that's cute.
So they know exactly where they're going.
You know, it's funny how dogs know that, because when I had Elvis, like I said, like the last few times I tried taking him to the groomer, I don't know how he knew. He just knew when he was under the bed, and I couldn't get him. You know, and then I was afraid he was going to bite me, because he was just he loved me, but we had boundaries, I guess, the best way of putting it.
Yes.
So
our hybrid camp is where we do training. We work with our dog trainer, works with your dog, and it's also socialization. So we work on both aspects. So the training part, and our trainer is absolutely fabulous. Katrina is trained with police dogs, EOD dogs, scent recovery dogs. So she's well versed in all things dog training. And we had a former trainer and then a new trainer. Katrina came in, and the difference in what she was able to do with this dog, not ever meeting the dog before, in 5 days, that dog knew down, stay, off, leave it, place. And we also have different tools that we can use, whether it's prong collar, e-collar training, all the things that we can do at K9s on the Move. It's pretty fabulous.
That's amazing.
yes.
And how beneficial it could be for the owner.
And then I don't know how much more time we have, but we do
18 seconds.
we have a trunk or treat that we do every year on Halloween, which is absolutely great. Last year we had almost 800
I was there. It was
trick-or-treaters.
awesome.
Trick-or-treaters. So it was
Where at?
great. It's at our building. It's 1001 South Berkeley Avenue.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Halloween night.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the place
Lot
to
of
go.
fun.
Yeah, Susan, thank you for coming on.
Thank you.
All right. It's our third time, so I really appreciate that. So that's Susan Simford, owner of K9s on the Move. Her building is at 1001 South Berkeley Avenue, not too far from Golden State, in Turlock. And phone number is 209-250-1151. You can text Susan at 209-226-1150. Website is k9sonthemove.com. And your email is k9sonthemove@gmail.com. Susan, thank you again.
Thank you.
You're listening to Small Business Voice with Justin Duncan and Cassandra Augusto on Power Talk 1360 KFIV and the iHeartRadio app. Stay with us.
Spread your message on my phone. It's turning me on.
This business tip is brought to you by Cispro Innovation. Hi, this is Catherine Ramos, and today we're talking about staying ahead of the competition. The local business landscape can be competitive. An outdated GMB listing can make your business appear less professional compared to competitors who maintain polished, updated listings. Regularly updating photos to showcase new products or highlighting recent accolades can give you a competitive edge, positioning your business as the go-to choice in your community. CISPRO Innovation, where we help local businesses connect with local families. For more information on this tip, check out our blog at CISPROinnovation.com. That's CISPRO, SISBRO, innovation.com.
Welcome back to the Small Business Voice with Justin Duncan and Cassandra Augusto on Power Talk 1360 KFIV. Reach out to us for more information about our featured guests by texting 209-896-6500. Email us at info@smallbusinessvoicemedia.com. Like and follow on Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, and YouTube, and connect with me on LinkedIn. And my wonderful guest host today is Cassandra Augusto.
Hello. I am a local publisher in the Turlock community, and we highlight residents, we highlight stories, we highlight things that are going on within the community, events.
And it's Neighbors of Turlock?
Neighbors of East Turlock.
Neighbors of East Turlock.
Yep.
See, that's why I have you say it, so I don't mess it up. So.
So the Instagram is Neighbors of Turlock.
Okay.
But the magazine itself is Neighbors of East Turlock. And if you don't live in the area, you can pick one up at a local coffee shop called Rise and Brew off of Colorado.
I know Rise and Brew. I met you there one time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I actually just went there this morning.
Oh, nice.
It's my go-to.
So Community Corner is proudly sponsored by Lightspeed Graphics, a creative media agency specializing in video and animation. To get in touch with owner Kirk Gonzalez, simply text him at 209-617-2606. Visit his website at lightspeedgraphics.com. So really quick, Cassandra, if there's like a business in Turlock that wants to promote with you, how do they get a hold of you?
Yeah, so they can reach out to my cell, which is 209-620-4707, or they can email me directly, which is C Augusto. So Augusto is AUGUSTO at bestversionmedia.com.
All right, thank
Yeah.
you. So we have Gold Star Referral Clubs. They're a networking organization. So my club meets Thursdays at noon over at Skewers. So if you're a business owner or entrepreneur that wants to check us out, feel free to reach out for me about that. We have other clubs. I think we have like 14 other clubs. We also have the incredible networking event coming up in October 25th. That's always a fun event, and we have about 300 people there that day. So it's a great chance to meet other businesses and meet other people that like-minded people. So
It's a really fun event.
it is.
I went to that for the first time last year. So
Okay.
that was awesome.
So when is your club?
Mine is Wednesday at noon at Central Station, so
Central
downtown
Station.
Turlock.
Okay, where the old Wellington station was back in the day.
Yeah, I am, which is really cool. I actually get to share information within the publication of what's going on each month in Turlock, but just some things that are going on. So I don't know if you know, have you heard of what K9s is?
I have not.
So it's a castle that was built by a man, and I had done a tour this last month.
Where at?
Where is it? Snelling.
Okay.
So it's like right on the
I know
outskirts.
where Snelling is, yeah.
It's near Turlock. It's not that far. It's like maybe 15 minutes, 20
No,
minutes.
it's a lot further than that. So
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
so Snelling is
Keys Road.
Yeah, so if you
Okay.
take Keys, if you go east on Keys, you'll dead end into, I believe, Highway 59. You make a left, and then that'll take you to Snelling. It's probably about a half hour, 45 minutes outside of Turlock.
Okay.
And-
I think maybe just where I live, since I'm kind of on the outskirts already. It's not that far.
Yeah, the
But-
reason why I know is because I used to live in LaGrange, which Snelling is
okay.
south of that. And but Snelling's a cool little town. I like Snelling.
Yeah,
So-
it's a random spot, but it's a beautiful castle. So people have weddings and venues and stuff
Really?
there.
Okay.
Yeah, but they have a wine tasting event September 19th.
Okay.
That's 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. You do have to RSVP to Casper or Diane. And if you want, their number is 209-667-2061.
Okay.
They also are going to be hosting, they haven't posted information just yet, but because I had met with them, they had talked to me about doing a Civil War enactment at K9s.
Oh.
So I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. The only thing is I can't go to it because that day I actually will be teaching line dancing
Okay.
with Marisol.
Again. Okay.
Yeah, again.
Nice.
So
All
we
right.
had just done it this past weekend. So if anybody who's just wants to, move
Yeah.
their body, learn line dancing, have fun, get a little bit of exercise in, we did that
Nice.
this last Saturday from 10 to 11. But we're going to be doing it again on October 19th
Okay.
from 10 to 11.
I should be there.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fun.
Yes,
How'd you
I
like
was.
it?
I did.
Saw you stepping.
I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could have taught the class. I was so good at it.
There you go.
And I was just an amateur. So.
All right, next time I'll have you up front with me.
Oh, I guess I probably shouldn't have said that. So you're listening to the Small Business Voice with Justin Duncan and Cassandra Augusto on Power Talk 1360 KFIV and the iHeartRadio app. And speaking of Marisol, we have a fundraiser for Teresa Hammond coming up, and she is battling cancer right now. So it's Saturday, September 21st from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. It's at 518 12th Street. That's at Rooted Movement, I believe.
Right.
Yeah. And so tickets are $35. All proceeds go directly to support Teresa. Donations are also available or accepted via Venmo and at Marisol-Fernandez 13. There's a raffle. All ticket holders are entered to win a personal training and nutrition package valued at $760. And what to expect is a 45-minute kettlebell swing session. I have no idea what that is. Stations for all fitness levels, beginner, intermediate, and advanced. I'm highly advanced, so I don't know if I can do that now. Join our community in promoting health and unity, and so everyone is encouraged to attend no matter your fitness level. So come together and help an amazing person during this challenging time. RSVP at 209-648-2009 or visit Eventbrite. Move for Teresa. So Marisol is very passionate about that, so I'm going to donate something. I don't know if I can be there. I probably can. But
Yeah, I'm going to try to go. I mean,
Yeah.
That's difficult. Our publication will actually be highlighting a lot of stories to do with cancer since
Oh,
the
okay.
magazine's coming out in October.
Yeah.
But yeah, stories, I mean, it's so difficult. Like you can't imagine what these women go through and the impact on the family and the people around them and how much it affects, their work, their mental space. So, this is just a great way to be there for someone. So
Okay.
yeah, I mean, fourth battle with cancer. I cannot imagine.
Oh, that's her fourth battle. I didn't realize
Yeah.
that. Okay. I thought, okay, wow. So I have some things announced for the Modesto Chamber. So they have an Economic Development Committee that's going to meet October 2nd. Toby Wells, Director of Engineering Services for the City of Modesto, I guess we'll be ahead of that. October 18th, Fire Chief Kevin Wise from the Modesto Fire Department will be doing something for the Modesto Chamber. It's a government relations council, so I guess you just kind of go there and learn stuff. November 6th, we have Dan Lehman. He's our road commissioner for the Stanislaus County Public Works, and that's for the Economic Development Committee. So I think these are just meetings for people just to kind of go and check out. If they have any questions, that's always kind of good to go. And I got one other thing to talk about. So this is Shop Greater Modesto, your gateway to local business. Join us in celebrating the launch of Shop Greater Modesto, an online marketplace designed to champion our thriving local business. It's free to our local regional business community in Spanish and English. Why sell on Shop Greater Modesto? So it broadens reach and sales outlet, community-based consumers, online guidance and technical assistance. Also, why buy from Shop Greater Modesto? Local goods delivered, support local, connect and strengthen your relationships. So if you're a micro business, small business, or entrepreneur, now is the time to showcase your offerings to a wider audience. Make an impact with your business. Call 209-577-5757. Or you can email shaw@modchamber.org. I can also forward you, if you want to contact me via email, I can forward you the QR code so you can get involved in that. So
I love when they have QR codes.
that makes it a lot easier.
Yeah.
So
There's also a multi-chamber mixer going on at the Great Wolf Lodge.
Okay, when is that?
That is going to be Thursday, October 17th, obviously hosted by Great Wolf Lodge, and that's from 5 to 7 p.m. You can reach out to them at chamber@manteca.org or call them at 209-823-6121. But they have food, raffle prizes, networking, and more.
All right.
But it looks like a pretty big event that's going to go on. So
All
that
right.
looks fun. I'll be
All
there.
right. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So thank you for tuning in each week. We look forward to having you back next week. A heartfelt shout out to our dedicated producer, Mike Murray, and the general manager of KCBP, Jim Costello, for their invaluable contributions to our show. We also appreciate the hard work of our intern, Tiffany Alex, and Kurt Gonzalez from Lightspeed Graphics, Video, and Animation for capturing our inspiring guests and their stories. If you're seeking assistance with digital marketing, don't hesitate to reach out to Kurt at 209-617-2606 or via email at kurt@lightspeedgraphics.com. Thank you, Cassandra Augusto, for joining me today and your support of the Small Business Voice. Remember to join us every Saturday at 11 a.m. as we dive into the minds of local business owners and even more insightful discussions. And a special thanks to our guest today, Susan Simford, owner of K9s on the Move, for sharing her expertise with us. Now, let's take care of business.